Hey everyone, I'm the Rev. Now we all know on this channel how much I love Automobilista 2. However, on the LFM, I'm massively struggling to get a decent race on Automobilista 2. Now this race was a multi-class race at Road Atlanta. I'm in the Mercedes AMG GT3. Will this be a good race? Let's find out. Come on guys, let's not try and win it at turn 1. Yes, through the first turn. Well, technically it's the first turn for us, but we're through clean. Looks like we've got an accident ahead. We have indeed. That's 2 LMP cars, nothing to do with us. Let's just build some tyre temperature and see what we can do from here. Now I'll get my excuses out the way early and say that the AMG GT3 Evo was not the best pick for this track. Follow this Porsche, let's go. Porsche. The Lamborghini, the Porsche and the Audi were the cars that topped the leaderboard in time trial. Gone a bit deep, we've invited the BMW through. Schoolboy error that, Reverend. Good move from the Beamer though, like a rat up a drain pipe. We're going to have this Audi for company now down here, so we're going to have to defend it early. It's got good straight line speed though, must be carrying less wing. Much better on the brakes than me, well played. I'm envisaging a little bit of a battle with these guys now. I thought I'd get out of that. Synchronised, they're synchronised off. We take a tap from the Porsche behind. A bit of synchronised spinning, but we'll take the 2 places. Give him the room, give him the room. That's yours, that, mate, 100%. Need to find a bit of pace here, Rev. Must have had more pace in the rain than I've had in the dry. The qualifying for this session was massively wet, so I think I was much faster in the wet than I was in the dry. Explore all the track limits there. 7th in class. That was a caddy coming through. I did not see him at all till the last second. He's absolutely going to be flying through. We've got a BMW as well, so we're going to let him go. Go on, mates, off your pop. Cheers, pal. Let's get our headlights on. Somebody with a 5-second penalty there ahead of us, Flying Jack. He's got a 5-second penalty. Don't know what that's for. But he's off again. He doesn't seem to want to let the flying LDMH car through. He's a bit wide. That's going to compromise him. I know that you don't have to let the hypercars through, but I just think that you should. He's defending that one. Jack there with an early defence. There's no way I was going to be able to throw it round the outside. You do that, mate, you do that. We've got the Porsche behind. That would have been stupid, pal. Let's not do that. I saw the Porsche looming large in my mirrors, and I thought he was going to go for a daft move at the top of the hill. Flying Jack with work to do. Due to his penalty. Oh, be careful on the rear. Just managed to save it. 26 minutes to go in this race, a long way to go. Certainly been eventful so far. It may have been eventful so far, but it was only going to get worse when the leaders started coming through. Decent traction there off the corner. Good job, because I've just about lost the rear on the way in. Can we stick with Jack? He's got his penalty, so that would give us 6th if we can stay near him. But that was going to be easier said than done. I was struggling with this Mercedes. I was struggling with where to brake. I was struggling to put the power down. I didn't have a good setup, and it wasn't the right car for me round this track. Oh, don't get on the grass there, Rev. It's a nightmare in this AMG. She is a kangaroo pig of a car if you get her on the grass. To be fair, I was finding her a kangaroo pig on the road. I am going to come back to this combo and see if I can work out a better setup for this Mercedes, because it shouldn't be as bad as I was finding it round this circuit. We might be doing a better sector here than Jack. But that Porsche behind's looking racy too. That Porsche just seemed much better suited to this track. There's a reason why half the field had picked it. We'll drop him if we can. Get after Jack. Coming now into these two relatively slow right-handers, I wasn't carrying enough speed into the first one, and then on the second one, I was struggling for traction on the way out. Luckily this AMG is half decent in a straight line, although I think we could have took a bit of rear wing off. Jack certainly found his pace now. He certainly had. Flying Jack was starting to fly away from us. I needed to get my act together if I was going to be able to do anything at all in this race. Oh, he's a bit wide. This is what I mean. It's all about consistency. You've got to try and be consistent. So I'm going to take a little bit of my pace off in the quest for consistency. He's defended that mega early. We've got an LMDH car coming out the pits. Nearly lost the rear, big snap, managed to catch it. Awesome force feedback from Automobilista 2. And it's a good job the force feedback's awesome, because I never expected that snap as I downshifted coming over the hill. Oh, that's not consistent though, Rev, is it? To be fair, there was absolutely nothing consistent about this race from me. I'm going to hold this one, mate. I tell a lie, I was consistently slow. That's something I was definitely consistent with. Go for good traction out the corner. I tell you what, we might have gone backwards, but it's been a good race. I've enjoyed it. Very powerful in a straight line though, this Mercedes. I'm just starting to find my feet at this point on the brakes. I'm able to brake later than the Porsche, and that's back to 7th place. Get it right back. And get after Jack, come on. Jack's pushing all the way, he really is. I think I might be a touch too early on the brakes there, you know, into turn 1. That's been untidy, invited him onto me. As I came up over the crest, I locked up the front, the rear went light, and I took a terrible line into that corner. I was really struggling. Come on, Reverend. At this point in time, I was thinking that 7th place would be a good finish. I just didn't feel confident in the car enough to push to try and go forward. Got a blue flag. Somebody's coming. Somebody's coming to town, and it ain't Father Christmas. Oh, he's here pulling out. Look, here he comes. Oh, I hope he can get me by the end. He can indeed. Good lad. See you later. Oh, tagged by the Porsche in a big way. I don't know where he's gone. That was far too late on the brakes from the Porsche. Porsche or Porsche, I don't even care, but he slammed into us. Another blue flag coming. We managed to get away with that one as the Porsche massively rear-ended us, but luckily we managed to stay on the track and it wasn't race over. Let him through, there you go, mate. Don't want to get in his way, ruin his race. Let him go again, but I've got a BMW for company now. A GT3 BMW, that is. This was now the leaders coming through. I did not want to get involved in the race and ruin it, so I did try and jump out the way as best as I possibly could. I did now, however, have a GT3 Beamer for company. He's side by side. We're having our own fight, but these lads are coming through. Well done in the Alpine. I'm going to defend this, mate. And defended early I did. However, I somewhat wander back over to the right hand side of the track and leave the door open for the Beamer. And if I hadn't moved out the way there, I was getting cleaned out. That's how I felt at the time. Looking at it now, that's a load of rubbish. And that's disappointing. I was getting absolutely cleaned out there if I didn't move. Rev, you're talking absolute rubbish. You've wandered over to the right hand side of the track, left the door open, and the beam has snuck through with a fantastic move. Go on, BMW, up you go, mates. Through you go, through you go. What you doing? Get going! Oh my word. I felt that the Porsche was a little bit slow over the hill and probably could have gone past me faster than he did do. I just had to hope that those ahead of us struggled through the traffic worse than I did. Certainly feel like this traffic's cost me a little bit of time. Now those familiar with this channel will know that normally I'll switch to the replay cameras. However, Automobilista 2 had a bit of a cow and there was some kind of bug with the replay, so I couldn't capture the replay of this race, I'm afraid. So you're stuck with me. Come on, Mercedes. Let's get that Mercedes grunt. German versus German, let's go. He's defending the inside. He's welcome to it. You can have it. I'm going to park it on the apex this time though, pal. I might have been a bit cheeky of me, but had to be done. That was better. A decent move from me, parking the Mercedes on the exit. Back up to 7th. Come on. Oh, sorry, Alpine. My bad. Completely my bad. There you go. There you go, mate. I was certainly finding with these hypercars coming through the pack that you had to have eyes in the back of your head. However, any moment now, we're about to get a full course yellow for an accident between a GT3 and a hypercar. Full course yellow. Full course yellow. Oh, we have got a full course yellow. There's some serious issues there. Thanks to that accident, we were behind the safety car for around about 5 minutes, so we'll skip forward to when the safety car ends. Get ready, boys. We're about to go racing. Get ready. Green flag and we're off. We've caught the Porsche behind napping. He's nowhere near as close as he should be. Jack's off. See you later, Jack. Uber for Jack, everyone. Oh, I was playing with it myself there with the track limits. Oh, that was a terrible, terrible first couple of corners. Settle down. So although we caught Jack napping, thanks to that terrible first couple of corners, he was right back onto us. Invited Jack straight back onto me. With his 5-second penalty, his Flying Jack. Flying Jack certainly had the pace on us, so it wasn't going to be long, I'm pretty sure, before he found a way through. Good traction off the corner though, and we're no slouch in a straight line. Oh, I don't know though, he's coming. We're going to float over, defend it. I've got my eyes firmly fixed on the Porsche on the right. However, coming steaming up the inside is the hypercar Porsche, and he manages to get us both, thankfully. Oh, little tap, little tap. Jack's given us a little nudge, but overall a good move. The LDMH cars are coming through. Oh, bit of contact there. Must have seen him. That sent him wide again. He's in the wall this time. Oh, dear God in heaven. I'd love for that to be the end of Jack. Just remember me chuckling at Jack getting nudged out the way. Just remember that in a lap or two. Oh, don't get on them curves, Rev. I did try to let the hypercars through wherever I could, but it's fair to say that some of the hypercar drivers would just elbow you out the way. So if you want to know how not to take the first sector at Road Atlanta, that was how. That was absolutely shocking. We're up to 5th. There was a car off on the left, not sure who that was. We've got more traffic now coming through, more LDMH cars coming. 11 laps of this race yet to go. That'll be 11 minutes, Rev, not 11 laps, you moron. I'm not going to jump out of your way, mate. I am planning on running me race. I did think the BMW behind was really slow coming through, but it turned out he was heading into the pits. I don't know where he's gone, must have pitted. Must have pitted. I still had Captain Jack for company behind, but I knew that if we stayed ahead as long as we could, we might be able to take his place due to his 5-second penalty. Jack is much faster than us though. I certainly had more pace in the rain than I've had in the dry. Every now and again I should practice. Should practice for a race every now and again. Just see what it's like. I do have a habit of jumping online into these races, having never practiced with the cars, but I'm pushed for time. There's very little I can do about that, so I just try and make the best of a bad situation. Now we know that he's no slouch whatsoever in a straight line. So once again, the fight with Jack continued. I'm going to force him to go round the outside, and he's going to fly in a little bit too hot. That's too deep, that, Jack, mate. I got a handful of oversteer though, so he's made it stick. We've now got the other Porsche for company. Absolute idiot, throwing it up there for no reason whatsoever. He's made it stick like. See, now personally, I wouldn't have gone for the move there, but I can't really complain. He's given me a little tap, the door's open, and he's found a way through. I can't really whinge about it. Come on, let's keep this battle raging. I've enjoyed this battle, let's keep it going. And it certainly was a battle. There was hardly any points in this race where I didn't have a black Porsche for company. This has been a right old battle with these Porsches. Porsches, did it right? We were back down to 7th place. Could we do anything better than 7th? I think we were going to struggle. So 7th place might have been the best that I could possibly do. Has the Porsche ahead got a bit of an issue? He seems to be quite slow. I think at times the netcode on Automobilista 2 is not the best, because sometimes cars can rubber band on the track and it can catch me out. Oh, I've lost it. I've lost it because I was looking at the LDMH car. I managed to lose the rear, but on rejoining the track, I could see that Flying Jack had lost it just ahead of us. Flying Jack's lost it too. Oh, it's all go. It's all go. We're down to 9th with work to do in 7 minutes. Settle it in now, Rev. Let's go. Overall, this race had been a bit of a mess. I'd made loads of mistakes, I'd had no pace, there'd been plenty of contact with other drivers, and I wouldn't say it was a particularly fantastic example of racing on the LFM. But as I say, at this moment in time, I'm just struggling to get a good race on Automobilista 2. And we get after this BMW. I don't think the netcode helps. On Automobilista 2, it's pretty poor. It's way behind the likes of Race Room and Le Mans Ultimate, where the netcode is absolutely rock solid, and I think that you need it for a good race. 2 tenths up on our best lap. After that catastrophic error. Just seeing that car just coming through my right hand side just unsettled me altogether. Got right out of shape. It came through on your left, Rev, not your right, but I was a little bit flustered. It's fair to say that this had not been the Reverend's finest hour, and unfortunately, it wasn't going to get any better from here. Come on, we're up again. My word, we don't want to finish last in class, that's all that matters. We've had many people quit. We're not quitting, we're not a quitter. I do try my best to not quit these races, because you never know what can happen. We'll quit when we've got terminal damage and there's nothing else we can do. After that, we're going to keep going, you never know. There's 5 minutes left of this race. But with 4 minutes to go, I was about to get mugged by another load of hypercars. I just had to let him through there, which has cost me a bit of time. But the hypercar Porsche behind doesn't want to wait. You can't just barge me out the way. That's ridiculous. You've just ruined me race. You've just literally ruined me race. Well, he's not though, to be fair, Rev. He's ended your race, but he hasn't ruined it because it wasn't a good race to start with. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable, Jeff. Well, I said that we weren't quitting, but I've got damage to my front, engine damage. I've got no choice now, I'm afraid. As always, I've been the Reverend. Thank you very much for watching.